Hey everyone, this is Chris, MTGO's Rec Start, and we are back for part 4 in this week's show and tell. The Battle of the Unbeatens in round 4 between romellos and just canceled Shamans deck, which we've been looking at, and let's see how it plays out. romellos is on a core deck. It's black-white. He's playing standard sort of core artifact fare, a couple batter skulls, a couple sort of fire and ice, 3 each of the other good swords. There's a Gideon and Elspeth in there, which I like in light of last week's discussion about planeswalkers. Now you don't see them often enough. And also the Black Splash is supporting 3 copies of Vindicate and the flashback on Lingering Souls, which is nice to see. Lingering Souls, those guys are great sword carriers, and some Dismembers in there. The black helping mitigate the life loss on that. So Deathrite Shaman gets dismembered. Just canceled, runs out of Wolfskull Shaman. It's going to whiff the first couple turns here. Of course, Sanctifiers comes in doing nothing other than being a 2-3 body, although that ends up being good enough to get a hit in here with a sword in a minute. Boss Banneret into Elvish Visionary, and then we're going to see a pretty explosive play from Just Canceled. He whiffs on the Shaman, but he is able to drop another Visionary and a Fauna Shaman and a Cunning Spark Mage here. And then he's going to pass the turn back to romellos, and romellos, the video is going to glitch up here a little bit, but romellos is going to cast a sort of Feast and Famine, and he's going to equip it to the Core Sanctifiers. Part of the text is lost here in the video, but it looks like he swings in with the Core Sanctifiers, untaps all his land, attempts to equip to one of the Spirit tokens, which is allowed. The Cunning Spark Mage is going to kill one of the Spirit tokens, and then next turn we're going to see he can blow up the sword and pick off the other Spirit token. But all of this is going to happen in just like a second here because the video is a little glitchy. So yeah, you see, okay, so you see all that jazz happen, and he's got the trigger on the stack. He untaps all of his lands. Burning Tree Emissary is discarded to the sword, and then he re-equips to one of the Spirit tokens post-main, and I think the first one gets blown up with the Spark Mage in response, and he spends another 2 mana to equip it to the other one, and then he's going to tutor up his Vithian Renegades to pop the sword, which then allows him to kill that Spirit token with the Cunning Spark Mage and get in some nice beats there. But Just Canceled is saying, hey, I'm not done here. I got a Core Firewalker, which is pretty nice against the red guys, although there's a lot of green dudes out here at the moment. And then the Wolfskull Shaman, I don't believe he revealed the Rage Forger. He's actually going to pitch whatever creature he has here in hand and fetch a Rage Forger, and that's going to come down and pump his whole team, Hellrider his whole team, and that's going to be enough to beat in for lethal, and romellos will be forced here to concede once all this damage is incoming. So, anyways, that's a look at how the Shaman deck. Again, Rage Forger always been a fairly powerful card that, again, I've disliked in some respects for the fact that it makes you overcommit to the board a little bit. But with Burning Tree Emissary, Bosk Banneret, some very explosive starts are possible. I like the fact that you can use Deathrite Shaman to stay in the game against aggro decks, to get a little bit of extra reach with the Lose 2 Life ability, lead the Stampede to refill your hand. A lot of good things going on here. Definitely made it work. Nice 4-0 deck from Just Canceled. And that'll do it for Show and Tell this week. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week.